the meaning of the world that we experience is unified or is one with the perceiver of that world. The world has inherent properties, but it does not have inherent meaning. We give the meaning to the world. When we realize this, that the meaning of things is given by the perceiver, we're going to look at this perceiver, which is what we are, in a totally new light, in a different light. Because the purification of the perceiver changes the perceived. Whatever we perceive is changed by the state of being of the perceiver. If we are unaware of our true nature, of our underlying spiritual nature, then we operate from conditioning. Our mind and our body are always conditioned. They need to be conditioned because they have no inherent consciousness of their own. The body is a hunk of flesh, and it is heavily conditioned because it does not have its own proper consciousness. It is unconscious. You are not your body. You probably know that. I hope. But you have a body. Your body has two functions. One is to experience this world, and the second is to express yourself. But your body is heavily conditioned by the past. Everybody is like that. But when you become conscious of it, then you can throw out the conditionings that you don't need, that do not serve you, and you can put in new conditionings. You can condition your body almost like a dog, because that is the functioning of the body. Your body is supposed to be like that. You need to treat your body with lots and lots of respect, as much as you can. But at the same time, you need to be kind of tough on it. You need to train it, because then it's quiet. Just like a dog that is not trained, a dog that does not have an owner, might start to chew on things, might start to go crazy, or be aggressive, or be scared. A dog needs to be respected and treated very well, but a dog needs a boss. Just like your body, it's the same thing. Your body needs a boss, and your body needs to be respected. Your mind is the same thing. Your mind is a body of knowledge. It does not have its proper consciousness. It does not have its own consciousness. You have a mind. You are not a mind. So just like that, don't have things in your mind on a constant basis, like is so common in the world, that does not serve you. Become conscious of it and you can throw it out. Now, what becomes the motivating factor to put in new conditionings? What is the essence of you that is going to create these conditionings of body and mind? Now, that essence is your spiritual nature. It is seen to you when you are in alignment. The more you're in alignment, the more your spiritual nature will show itself. Now, your spiritual nature, I call sometimes the breath of God, because that's really what it is. Right now, you have a portion of your spiritual nature present in you. Everybody is like that, because your spiritual nature is the energy that animates your body, that makes you think, that makes you cognizant. It is that which is behind your eyes, looking at the screen and knowing the screen. The intelligence that knows whatever you're seeing is that energy. It is your spiritual nature. But for most people, it is very narrow. It is cut off. It just fuels the mind. The mind creates its conditioned patterns. The mind creates its thoughts and its stories, and in there the person lives, the separate self. It's a big dream. So the more you become aware of your spiritual nature, the more you widen, so to speak, the conduit for that energy to flow, for that power to flow. Because it really is a power. You become aware of it because your world seems to expand. The world seems to become bigger. And things seem to become more effortless. And there seems to be less choice. The chooser and the choices are in the field of the mind. If you choose things, the more you choose things or seem to choose things, the more you are in your mind, and the more you are a separate entity. The more you are a conduit for your spiritual nature, for the spirit to come through you, the breath of God, that essential power that is also the source of your happiness and so on, but we're going to talk more about that later in the video. But the more you do that, the less choice there is. The more obvious things become. So less choice. Have you ever noticed that there are people in the world that seem to have everything? They have good health, they have love in their life, they have a very good financial status, a lot of money, big houses, and so on, lots of riches. They seem to have it all, yet they're unhappy. Have you seen that? Have you seen examples of that? We see that a lot. Why is that? That is because their inside is unhappiness. The outside world can never fulfill the inside world. That's a misperception that we have. It's a big illusion. It goes the other way around. Your outside world, how you perceive that, the value of the outside world, and the creation of the outside world is a representation of the inside world. If you are miserable on the inside, it does not matter what the outside is. It does not matter what people give you. It does not matter how lucky you are. You're always going to be miserable because the inside is miserable. Now, if you turn it around, if your inside is fulfilled, is happy, and we're going to talk about how to achieve this, but if that is the case, then the outside does not matter. You see, we are not meant to chase the outside world for our well-being or for our happiness. The outside world is a reflection of the inside world. You create from the inside out. So the way the world appears to you is a reflection of your inside. So that's why you can live a good life, because the inside is good and that reflects it outside. There are two requirements there. The first one is that the inside is correct, that you are aware of your spiritual nature and you cleanse your conditionings and you live from that state. That's actually already the second part. You need to live from that state. You need to express that state of alignment. You need to live from it. Sometimes people are aware of themselves, but they still live from their conditioning because there is a fear of what might happen if they let go of their conditioning. So step by step, you let go more and more of your conditioning. And you live more from your aligned state, because it is by the living from the aligned state, from the actual action from the aligned state in the world, and the speech from the aligned state in the world. It's in that way that the world reflects the aligned state, and you create your world from the aligned state. It's quite often, I've seen it a lot of times actually, that people are aware of themselves but do not live from that state in the world. Once they get to their job, once they start talking to people, they use the conditioning again. You need to let things fall away that want to fall away, so that there is room for other things to be created. And therefore you have to be that aligned state that you know yourself to be in the world. Now your happiness, your fulfillment comes from this aligned state, regardless of the outside circumstances, because they have no value on their own. They are purely expressions. They can never really fulfill you. The happiness in yourself, the fulfillment is already there, regardless of circumstances. It has nothing to do with it. You can find people online, on YouTube for example. You can find people, there's this woman without arms. There is this guy without legs. I've seen somebody that lives in excruciating pain every moment of the day. Yet these examples are people who are 100% happy. They do not say, oh, I wish I had arms. I wish I had legs. It is part of their reality. They do not fight the form as it presents itself, because the body is also around you. Your body is part of the world that you experience. It's not you. Like we said before, your body has no consciousness of itself. It is your first expression, if you will. It is not you. Even if your body is not perfect, even if you have disabilities, that cannot impeach of your happiness, of your fulfillment, because it has nothing to do with that. That is the world around you. And the world around you forms itself to your state of being, not the other way around. Nothing in the world, not your financial status, not your loneliness, not your depression, not your disabilities, whatever it is, nothing in the world can make you unhappy. Your happiness comes from the inside out. And also, nothing from the world can make you happy if you are not in touch with your true self. No matter what they give you, no matter how much money you have, no matter what people do for you, it won't work. The inside is where everything starts from. Become conscious of yourself. Become conscious of that force that wants to push through you and wants to express your body and your mind in a certain particular unique way. That is what you are. That is who you are. Your purpose in life is to recondition your body and your mind according to that spirit which pushes through you. That bigger, more authentic, deeper nature of yourself wants to express itself through form, through your body, through your mind, and into the world. It wants that. It's the breath of God which wants to express itself through and as you. That is your purpose. That is what you need to do. But even if you don't, if you are completely aware of yourself, your happiness is complete. But then if you naturally let yourself form to that essential nature, that is your purpose. Because then everything falls into its place. Then alignment in all levels, so on the level of form, is completed. And then you experience this world as it is actually meant to be experienced. As your authentic true self. In the human way, you can experience the Garden of Eden.